Remember Goldberg beating Brock Lesnar in 1 minute and 24 seconds? Of course you do. We just talked about it last week. What about Goldberg pitting Hollywood Hogan in the Georgia Dome? Well, that clip's in every Goldberg highlight reel. But here are 5 Goldberg moments you might not remember. Hollywood Hogan was the most despised competitor in WCW during the Monday Night War, and the leader of the original NWO was often at odds with Goldberg and Sting. But in late summer of 1999, Hogan was different, and that change sparked a rivalry with former NWO ally Kevin Nash, leading into the Road Wild pay-per-view. On the final WCW Nitro before the rivals faced off for the WCW title, Nash, Sid Vicious, and Rick Steiner jumped the Hulkster on his way to an interview. Before Nash could crush Hogan with a jackknife powerbomb, though, Goldberg and Steen came to the aid of their longtime rival. The three icons stood tall in the ring and issued a challenge for a 6-man tag team match that night. Hogan ditched the black and white for the red and yellow, and the Dream Team stood tall. As you might know, Goldberg played for the NFL's Atlanta Falcons from 1992 to 1994, but he wasn't the only NFL alum in WCW. Steve Mongo McMichael played from 1980 to 1994 with multiple franchises, but most notably, Mongo was the starting defensive tackle for the 1985 Super Bowl champions, the Chicago Bears. And Mongo made sure everyone in WCW knew he had a Super Bowl ring. But at Halloween Havoc 1997, McMichael's estranged wife Deborah enlisted Goldberg to take out Mongo, and in return, she presented Goldberg with the ring. When Goldberg and Mongo finally collided in the WWE Hall of Famers' first pay-per-view bout at Starrcade 1997, Goldberg dominated.
1, 2, 3, Goldberg wins!
On the December 23rd, 1999 episode of WCW Thunder, Goldberg suffered an injury while smashing several windows on a limousine. Fast forward to May. The man had been out of action for months, but a Goldberg-themed monster truck started to cause all sorts of havoc in WCW, like running over a car with Rick Steiner and Tank Abbott inside. But no one knew who was driving. The truck returned at the end of May, but this time there was no question who was behind the wheel. Goldberg emerged from the truck and saved Kevin Nash from a beatdown. That's crucial for the next part. At the Great American Bash 2 weeks later, the odds were stacked against Nash in his match against WCW champion Jeff Jarrett, but then the Goldberg monster truck arrived for justice. Everyone scattered, only for Goldberg to spear Nash, helping Jarrett retain the title and revealing that he was in cahoots with Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo. The stars were out when WCW Nitro came to Dallas on January 25th, 1999. Dallas Stars winger Brett Hall, who would go on to win the Stanley Cup that year, former Dallas Cowboy Herschel Walker, and noted tough guys Chuck Norris and Jean-Claude Van Damme were ringside to watch Goldberg in action. And he did not disappoint against the 300-pound Scott Norton. Goldberg overpowered Norton, then fended off members of the NWO after the bell. The Stars rushed to the ring to stand by Goldberg's side, daring the NWO to come back and test them. Obviously, no one took them up on the offer because why would anyone want to mess with Chuck Norris? You might remember Goldberg helping to cost Brock Lesnar the WWE Championship at No Way Out 2004. But that moment almost didn't happen. Goldberg was watching the show from the front row before Paul Heyman and Lesnar came to the ring to taunt the WWE Hall of Famer.
So you sit there and be the that you are. Sit down! You stay there!
Goldberg hopped the barricade, got into the ring, and dropped the beast with a jackhammer. Security jumped on Goldberg and put him in handcuffs, but apparently those cuffs weren't strong enough to stop Goldberg from coming back in the main event. That's our list. Which of these was your favorite Goldberg moment? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, thanks for watching List This.